Hello everyone and welcome to Cash Refresh 2017 FFG Worlds. I'm going to be your host, Code Marvelous, today. Today on the right hand side of the screen we have Steven and we have Adam. It's Professor and CI versus Smoke and CI for Cash Refresh. Alright, I hope everybody's as excited as I am for everything to actually be working, because now I've actually got all my stuff working. If you have any questions, please feel free to just jump in. And let's wish everybody good luck in this very fun, kind of low-stakes tournament, just to kind of shake the cobwebs off before Swiss tomorrow. For my people, I just dropped the link in the StimHack Slack. I'm going to drop it on Facebook, and let's get to it. All right, you guys are live. All right. How's everything coming through? Is everything coming through? Hopefully everything's coming through all right. Looks like we're going to have the Professor. I happen to know that Steven is on my Sorcerer Supreme deck, so that should be exciting. Just let me know. I do not have enough bandwidth to run the stream while I'm also running OBS, so unlike when I stream at home, I can't keep track of the quality. So just let me know if it starts to get choppy. Alright, so it's going to be Professor versus CI first turn. Yeah, I'm going to adjust the glare a little bit between rounds. Hey, Steven! 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 Make sure you give yourself $5 to start. Oh, you paid one? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna mess with the brightness in a minute. Is that better? That looks better. All right, so we got our bids in. Let's do it. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. I'm so excited. This is my first time commentating at Worlds, even if I'm by myself, because everybody else is grinding practice games for Icebreaker. All right. So we got double ice and into violet level clearance. All right, we got a diesel being played for the Sorcerer Supreme. I am pulling for Steve very hard here. We got a Sure Gamble being played. Deg Deer going down. Hopefully Reaver goes on that, maybe a Maven later. All right, so, you know, CI's doing what CI does. I definitely saw a Sandberg in there. Yes, he did. He did gain a credit. Unfortunately, my headphones did not survive the trip, so I actually can't hear their audio, unfortunately. SMC going down. I see an efficiency committee, Sandberg. I see a Vitruvius in there. Stinson. That hurts. That hurts bad. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thank you for watching. All right, so we're on like the bad news expressway for the professor now. That Sandberg is going to potentially be very deadly. I can't imagine this professor's one influence is Olaf, so things could get very weird very fast. Thank you, Reed. They were actually a gift from Kevin Tame from the DC Meta, who gave them to me so I could stream. Also, special thanks to Ben Terrell, otherwise known as Dodge Pong, who helped me figure out OBS this morning when XSplit stopped working. Yeah, they're the net chips. All right. Yeah, I think Rain is a strong choice. CI is so powerful in Cash Refresh. Morning, Justin. Great to see you. Or afternoon. I don't know. Morning still. How's the chat replay? Is it coming through, or do I need to make it bigger? All right. So we got a Maker's Eyes coming out. He's digging for the Code Gate Breaker. Gordian's going on Deg Deer for the price reduction. All right, let me make it a little bigger. So, unfortunately, I do not think that the professor is in very good shape here. I feel like if he's on Proco, he really needed to get that down very early to be able to draw and install while maintaining the 6 credits to deal with Stinson. Like, CI's now got enough money to basically do whatever it wants to do, and that's not a great place to be. I feel like the only one of the only real ways that Steve's going to recover tempo here is if he gets a Tapworm and a couple Satcons down. Yeah, the professor's completely broke. He's in very bad shape economically. So now he has to basically choose between turning Stinson off and actually like advancing his board state. Yeah. And he'll just put anything in front of it. Something that can't be broken with clicks, probably. Yeah, I know. It looks like the MCA has 2 counters on it from what I can see. Yeah. That looks like a Turing, maybe, that went down on there. Is that a Chicana? Holy shit. For those of you who don't know, Chicana is a virus that gets a counter on it every time you run R&D. And for each counter, every 2 counters you have, the advancement cost of agendas is increased by 1. I just don't know how he's gonna get around Sandberg. I think the Turing is what went in front of Sandberg. So if he runs it first click, he has a chance to get it, but then that just turns Stinson right back on. I got a bunch of L5R behind me. I got my pin. Because I'm an L5R boy, I'm just not here for it. It's 3 or above. The professor only took 3 click. Oh no, yeah. Right now, I don't want to talk too much about it. I'm a lion and crane boy because I'm a terrible dumpster human. But we'll talk more about that later. Yeah, he lost a click to Enigma because of Sandberg. Yeah, Professor's really in a tough spot. This is complete board state control. We've got more than 40 credits for CI. It's just not a good scene. I am getting into L5R, but nothing's going to ever take the place of Netrunner for me. Netrunner is a game with complete player agency. There's no scripted actions instead of the corp draw. There's nothing like it. Yeah, it's tough. So there goes the elective upgrade. So basically, Professor now has 2 turns to try to win. And I think he knows he's basically locked out. CI is so powerful right now. Yeah, he doesn't have any outs. He went down low, and the Stinson will burn you real hard. He doesn't have an SMC, so he's got no clot threat. Yeah. There's very few outs for our Professor player here, if any. It's just tough. If you're any kind of setup deck, setup shaper, oh my. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, it's tough. If you're any kind of poor setup shaper like the Professor, CI can just run away with the game so fast. That's why I have Tapworm in all my decks, because it gives you that chance to catch up. I really feel like a single Tapworm and Haley with 3 Satcons is very strong right now. Not in Catch Refresh, obviously, because there's only 2 Satcons in the core set. Yep, that's it. So we're moving on to game 2, and we'll see how our opponents do. Sometimes the professor comes through, sometimes you get blown out. You are a setup deck. Corps are very fast right now, even in Cash Refresh, so it's tough. Let me check on a couple things real quick. Yeah, no, it's crazy. There's no other way, Vadam, to really keep up with the CI economy. There's a bunch of old prizes and some new deck boxes that I'm going to try to get with some of my tickets. Other than that, it's just a lot of the old prizes. Happens. CI. Yeah, CI will happen sometime. Yeah. Good luck. Yeah. So that one was pretty quick. Let's talk about where we think the meta is going to be after Worlds. Let's talk about Criminal. Let's talk about Criminal for a couple of minutes. Actually, that's too much in my face. Let's talk about Criminal. I think it's very interesting. I want to see what the Katara cycle is going to have, because right now, Criminal really feels like they don't have a primary engine of economy, and that's really problematic. Right. Maw makes it so that no one's playing unprotected remotes, because HQ threat is so strong right now. Here, I'm gonna see if I can get somebody to play just like a casual game while we're waiting. Excuse me. Oh, nobody can hear me. Hang on 1 second. I'll be right back. So just for funsies, we're going to do the opposite side of that same matchup with those 2 people, just so we don't have 30 minutes of airtime while we're waiting for the next round to start. I appreciate Adam and Steve jumping on and doing their other side, so that'll be rad. Also, well, I feel like one of the real problems that Criminal's always had in this game is that everything that was really good for Criminal was really good for shoring up the weaknesses of other factions, and that ultimately was the problem, right? Is that everything that was good for Criminal was like nightmarish in Anarch or Shaper. Like, when I had 2 influenced Temujins in Smoke, I was just walking over people, because having a card that's that money dense in a 40-card deck was just an incredible, it solved all of my slot problems. So the problem that Criminals always had is since they had the best economy cards, their cards were great, but they also made other factions not have the weaknesses that they were supposed to have, right? I don't know if I'm articulating that well, but does that make sense? I agree. I believe that influence should be based on the relative power level of the card. All right, so now we got Smoke versus CI. And just while we're waiting here, I'm gonna do one plug for my channel. If you like what I'm doing and you appreciate, you know, the content that I do on a daily basis or these tournament streams, please consider taking a look at the links in the show notes and giving either a one-time donation or becoming a patron, helping me. Every donation helps me get closer to the quality of Ben Terrell as far as equipment and, you know, my software that I'm using. It just gives me the ability to put more money into the channel. Are we getting? I don't see any drop frames, so I think we're pretty good. Let me know if we start having any quality problems. All right, so we've got some pretty standard starts. The opening scarcity feels bad, man. Yeah, there has been some really radical misprices of a lot of purple cards and a lot of blue cards, I would say. So he's paying the iron price for Netmerker. Well, and it's really unfortunate because, like, Moons is not a terrible card in a world where Friends doesn't exist. Like, if you're getting it back by shuffling it back in or by playing Archive Memories, it's an eminently more balanced card. Yeah, this is at FFG HQ. That's where we're at. So Dagger goes down. He sees another scarcity on the top of R&D, which is super disheartening. Dagger's down. One of the interesting things about all the CI decks that are floating around right now is as a runner, you have to kind of poke and prod just to figure out what type of CI they're on. Yeah, I actually had a discussion with some friends of mine that we got to see a VIA level going down that Friends from High Places would be a perfectly balanced card if it removed itself from the game the first time you play it. So this scarcity is going to get pretty impressive. I see a Beth in there. I see a Cloak. Is that a Mimic? No, it's another copy of Merkur. All right, so there's a shipment from 10 and in the bin. Yeah, it would be a really powerful effect that you would get to use 3 times total, maybe. But yeah, I'm in my little corner here at FFG headquarters. They were kind enough to let me set up. My hotspot's going good. We got electricity this time, so we're good to go. As far as the KOS stuff from yesterday, I have it all locally recorded. When I get home from Worlds and have a decent internet connection, I'll edit it up and upload it. All right, so we got some clearances going down. One of the things that I will comment on that I always think is funny about the way this game shook out is the 2 defining cards of Shaper are not in the core. SMC and Cloneship are in Creation and Control. Alright, so Smoke really needs to get some money rolling again. Again, we're seeing a kind of, in this environment where Shaper is a little weaker in Cash Refresh, where they don't have access to all the power cards, we're finding again that CI, in the absence of Cred Denial, is just kind of able to slow roll over. There's the Tapeworm. That'll help a great deal. The issue being CI never really gives a shit about purging because they very rarely have to worry about going over hand size. Adam and Steve, even though Cash Refresh is only 1 game, since their first game wrapped up very quickly, they were kind enough to do their opposite side just for funsies. All right, so the Tapeworm does not stay, which I expected that to be the case.
That's the 5 rings to card game players. 15 minutes left in the round. 15 minutes left in the round.
It's very cold outside. It is quite warm in here because there's a bunch of Matrix batteries, human beings in here heating up the place. Outside, I think it's like 29 degrees today. But yeah, I'm excited. Cash Refresh is something that's very mysterious to me. As a oh, please don't put that down. As somebody who really likes to engage the entire card pool, it's very mentally taxing for me to play with such a constrained card pool. Please put a Satcon down. Please put a Satcon down. Oh, he's using the... Yeah, for everybody who doesn't use dumb people measurements, it's slightly below freezing. Yeah, Seamus and I were talking, and he was just like, oh, where we were, it was X. I was like, how much is that in dumb people units? I wonder if he's got the Satcons and he just hasn't found them, or if he doesn't have them. Hey, quick question for everybody. Since I can't hear their audio, can you hear them talking at all? All right, so we got a biometric spoofing. Okay. It's tough. I'll just have to keep on top of it. My directional mic is not working very well in here.
Hey, man.
Hey, you want to jump in on this?
Yeah, but I lost my first game very quickly, so
We're gonna get the Sanjay in here. Give me a second.
Hi.
Hey.
what are we up against here? CI with a few ices and
We got CI
versus Smoke?
Versus Smoke.
Nice.
We're watching. This first round is called CI beats the shit out of Shapers. The stream.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
I lost. My null deck lost to
Okay. So
to CI.
So we're seeing in both of these games, you know, with the smaller card pool and the less power cards, we're seeing the failure to launch of a lot of shape. No, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like they can't turn the engine over fast enough to deal with CI.
Yeah, well, CI can go very fast, especially if you're on elective upgrades. Like, you can.
That's what happened in the Professor game.
Yeah.
That was on a stream previously.
Oh, you've already had 2 games on.
They're just doing their second game for funsies.
Oh, nice.
But he got an elective upgrade, and I'm like, okay, Professor now has 2 turns to win.
Yeah. I don't know if Laura is on stream, but I'm very sorry for losing a game with her null deck. It's a really good deck. I apologize. Yeah, my 49 government takeover deck is really strong. It's not illegal, but yeah.
Yeah. And 3 copies of Punitive.
No. 49 government takeovers.
Okay.
How to stronger together.
All right. So.
Let's go back to the game.
Yeah, at least Smoke's got a little bit of money, but there's no clone chip available for SMC. He did the thing. Adam did the thing that I usually do, where he burned 2 clone chips on Tapworm, and now he can't finish setting up.
Yeah, it's hard to, especially against CI. It's hard to resist that temptation.
Yeah, well, he did it without the Sacons, which I think was maybe not the right play, because then you're just CI will always purge if there's no Sacons.
Yeah. Is that a Blackstone on there? Fractor?
No, that's Dagger.
What's the other?
It's Cloak.
Oh, nice. I guess that's why there's a credit on it.
Oh, there's only 1 Sacon, and it's a 1-of in the core set? That's
think so,
brutal.
yeah.
I thought it was a 2-of. Let me get you in the frame here, my
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
My dude.
Aye. Ooh, our hats match.
Yeah. Yesterday our shirts matched.
Yeah, that's true. I do like that Beth going on.
All right, so we've got an efficiency committee score. I just really want Smoke to turn over. He's got them on hand that he can basically never afford to install.
Yeah, is that just 4 credits? Yikes.
He's got 4 Mercur box, which isn't insignificant. And this ended up working out perfect. I would like to give a shout out to Organized Play for being very accommodating and letting me set up here. The Jimmy. These are small. It doesn't fit my giant melon head very well.
And also they double as deck boxes.
This is good. This is good. All right. So now he's finally got the ability to threaten. He's revealing cards, accessing. He got a merger.
That's a show of force, I think.
Oh, show of force.
Nice.
He's got paperclip and equivocation, so he's got strong threat. He's got the ability to get that for 1 credit cheaper because of net mercur.
Yeah.
So he's got some threat now.
So that's 2 runs that are comped.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Show of force is a good one to get if you're going to get one against CI.
Yeah. Show of force rewiring. Actually, that might be a little bit of a relief because I feel like show of force rewiring might be a little slower than like the elective upgrades version.
Right.
Though it might be both. You got to put agendas in your deck anyway.
Are you guys able to hear both of us? I've got the Yeti mic on directional. Are we coming through pretty clear?
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a biomodel network on the table. It might be that the CI player is like, I don't actually know what I'm supposed to do, even though they're in a decent position. Biometric spoofing.
Yep. Hopefully we're coming through okay.
Nice. So just by participating in this, I already have earned my right to 5 tickets for the prize wall.
I really want prize wall tickets, but I don't think that I'm going to get enough to get a deck box.
You probably will.
We'll see.
We'll have to see what.
Because I want the 2017 deck box so bad.
Yeah, it looks nice.
It's red. It's my favorite color.
Is it?
Oh no, it's black.
It's black.
My second favorite color. All right. So second ice goes down on R&D. He's got the dagger. The only thing he's missing is do you have refractor and cast refresh for as smoke?
You have the one you
have refractor.
No, not refractor. You have the other one.
Oh, Houdini.
Yeah. Yeah, I think refractor is lunar.
Yeah.
Or no. I think it's creation. It might be creation and control.
No,
is that right?
No, refractor's from a random pack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, refractor's from a random pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, the malt goes into the bin.
There would be more breakers, but they ran out of magicians to name them after.
Well, you know that Di V is also named after a magician.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah, Di Vernon.
Did you know you can break tracers with David Blaine?
Oh my gosh, Sanjay.
I was trying to come up with a better joke for that, but I just wasn't familiar enough with David Blaine's career.
My only exposure to David Blaine is the real David Blaine YouTube video, where it's like somebody spoofing him. But yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah.
He exists to parody.
All right, so now the mall goes down.
Ooh.
But he's got $10, so that's pretty good. He gets the SMC down, so now he can threaten code gates. So things are starting to stabilize a fair bit here for Smoke in this game that does not matter.
Oh, it doesn't. Doesn't matter at all.
No, they're just playing for funsies.
Oh, that's very nice of them to play on stream.
I appreciate it very much. Everybody playing for funsies with me.
There is Houdini. I'm occasionally looking over to my pod to see if the next round is fired, but they can't fire it without me, so I think I'm okay. They will get my attention.
And then it'll be back to just me, my lonesome.
Yeah. I'll try and lose really fast the next round, too.
Okay, cool.
I lost very fast. My friend Michael, Neuropanzer on Slack, scored 2 elective upgrades on me.
It's generally better if you don't do that. All right, here's a biotic.
Ooh.
Here, let's move the camera
Oh, yeah.
over archives.
Oh, do we know what he just did with those biotics? Oh, did he score an efficiency or no? Yeah, it looks like it.
Wow.
You're streaming Icebreaker too, right?
Yeah, all right.
Nice.
As per normal, I have no idea where to put our faces.
It's nice of CI not to have very many remotes.
All right, so this is actually really good for our smoke player. Like none of this really slows them down at all. If you need to jump out, just
Yeah, I think they're done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go win or lose the game.
see ya.
Also, in my pod is Andre from the Metro Ball Grid, and I'm a little starstruck. He seems rad. I don't get to hang out with a lot of streamers.
I love you, Sanjay. I'm on my my hotspot. There's so many great content people here that I finally got to meet, and it just feels incredible. Like, everybody in this community is incredible. Yesterday at King of Servers, we called Boggs and sung him happy. 156 people sang him happy birthday. There's so many fan alt arts. It's brilliant. I love this community so much. It makes it very easy to make content. So Loki's a pretty tough pill to swallow. Luckily, there's nothing too terrible, Rez. Also, I'd like to say thank you to the various people at this Worlds who came up and gave me fan Smoke alt arts. I think I now have 10 different versions of Smoke to play, and I really appreciate that people sought me out to give me gifts of Smoke alt arts. All right. So I feel like you just gotta hammer R&D, right? It's not too expensive for you. Just go hammering in there over and over and over again, right? Oh yeah, no, Loki is fantastic. I watched somebody yesterday at King of Server, Loki and Ashigaru, which is just nightmarish against an Anarch player. Yeah, I think EC1's a really strong include because it doesn't get the top text where people can click through it. Does it only copy Bioroids? Oh no, yeah, I'm sorry. What were they copying? I forget. Oh my god, if Equivocation was not unique, holy shit. What a good card that would be. Oh right, it can copy anything, right? Looks like probably about 12 cards in R&D from what I can see. Indexing goes down, that feels good. Only one agenda to get in there though, so he's just got to kind of put things back in there. I don't know how I feel about indexing with Maul. It feels a little counterintuitive, but if it's working for you, it's working for you. I'm on Maw currently, and I have Maker's Eye and Equivocation so that every single access that isn't an agenda has some value. How much time is left in the round here? Yeah. So we're late stage shaper bullshit here. That feels pretty good. God, there's so many great cards that are only one-ups in core. Jonas! Jonas! Oh, he can't hear me. hope everything's coming through clear. I'm only able to get 720p and keep a good bit rate, so hopefully everything's clear enough for you guys to clearly see the cards. Sakon goes down. I wonder if Adam is playing an AI breaker. Yeah, single makers I could definitely be good. Is this it? Is this the end? Yeah, he's on creation and control. I'm so excited that everybody's here to watch Cash Refresh. I was worried that not a ton of people would be interested. So thank you everybody for hanging out and watching. I'm also going to be streaming the Icebreaker later, but that is going to be without commentary because I am also participating. Yeah, I think a perfectly reasonable out here for smoke is just a mill the corp out. Four cards in R&D. Nothing really unique except for I feel like people are really going to be testing the waters, you know? He's doing another indexing. He can just steal that agenda, then mill him out, right? Yeah, that looks like Fairchild too. I'm sitting about 20 feet away. I mean, if he can just jump in, yeah, if he can just dive in one more time, and then that's a mill victory for the runner. All right, we're going to move on to round two. I'm just going to run to the bathroom real quick. Hey, gentlemen, thank you both very much for being on camera.
Yeah, I'll watch. So you go out that door over there, and it'll just be on your right. Is this all you too? This all the part of the signatures.
There is no good way out of this place.
Yep, I'm good.
All right, guys, I'm back. We've got round two. We've got Patrick from the European Meta on the right. We've got Josh on the left. We're doing our bids. So we could get some PE action, get some spicy action up in here. Do you guys like the lighting level the way it is, or you want me to brighten it up a little bit? Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to be canceling my XSplit subscription after this. OBS just works a lot better. So it looks like the Jinteki player really wants to be Jinteki. Based on where the cards look like they're going to be played, I'm going to move myself down here, where I'm more likely to be out of the way. So let's do it. Cash Refresh round 2 for realsies. So, both from yesterday and today, I'd like to say thank you to everybody who agreed to be on stream. It's not easy to be on camera and to know that you're on stream, so I appreciate everybody being willing to jump on camera. Yeah, you're good to go. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff going on today that I'm a pretty big fan of. Yeah, he's starting with 1 credit, it looks like. That's why I said he really wanted to play. He really wanted to play Sia, or he wanted to be able to play Personal Evolution. All right. I'm going to try to brighten it up a little bit. I think that's pretty good. All right, so some pretty standard plays thus far. Smoke gets an early Bed Musashi trash, which feels great. 40 cards is not the kind of deck you want to be stealing a lot of Obukatas with. PE, of course, has a lot of teeth. Smoke is just kind of moneying up, you know, playing very defensively. You know, don't want to waste those hit points early when you're not ready. Don't want to lose cards out of your hand.
Welcome to the Vidogames players. Parents are up.
I get the wine glass.
So the maw's down. That's not, it's powerful-ish. Ooh. We have Patrick from Germany on the right and Josh from the US. He's gonna take the maw trigger over the Obokata Steel. Oh, he only had 4 cards, and it's PE, of course. Proco goes down. He's going to hit Proco. But yeah, I'm also going to be bringing you Swiss tomorrow at Worlds. So I'm really going to try my best. That will be uncommentated. Assuming I don't make day 2 or the cut, I will be commentating anything that I am streaming on day 2. So right now what we're seeing is a lot of just very defensive play. If PE is on the, data loop, Ben Musashi, you can't steal this Obokata play. There's no reason for them to rush. They just need to set up the lock. Smoke is in much the same boat. And if it's punitive PE, that's, you've got to have that money advantage as the shaper player here. Patrick needs more money. And one of those cards is most likely a House of Knives, which will also, tilt the game back in favor of the PE player. Swiss for Netrunner is tomorrow, and then it's cut to top 52 for day 2, and then the cut on Sunday. What's up, Thomas?
Hey.
How's Cash Refresh going?
Really?
Do you want to jump in?
No, I'm just here for a moment.
Okay.
Swept my first 2.
Hey, my buddy Thomas from the Ghost Branch is here. Hey!
Please Cash Refresh, it's fun. Even when you lose bad.
So, Smoke's got a lot of really backline shit, but, PE's... red is very bad for Smoke.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to be the only person streaming Swiss tomorrow, so...
That's rad.
That is rad. Because FFG is not going to be streaming it, because that's when finals for L5R is going to be.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So your number 1 source for Swiss-related Netrunner content.
Yeah. Okay, so the Houdini goes down. He's fearing that, at least he gets the better DNA trackers here. I really feel like we're now starting to get to the point where we've gone too many turns without Smoke having stolen an Obokata. At this point, if I was Smoke, I would not be installing any daily casts or anything else except for breakers and your Netmerker, which still hasn't gone down.
Yeah.
And just everything is hit points to get those Obokatas.
Exactly right.
I don't think we have total numbers for Netrunner, but I'm pretty sure it was, it had to have been over 200 because they capped it last year at like 2 something, and then initially this year they sold out, and then they decided to expand it into both rooms.
Yeah. I know Icebreaker filled up as well.
Yeah, Icebreaker is completely full.
Some disappointed Netrunners out there today.
So we have a snare hit here, which is not great. That's precious, precious hit points that are gone. So Clippy goes into the bin.
See, reading the chat, I think the bid restriction is neat because it really sets you up to make mistakes.
Yeah. Cash Refresh is all about giving you the rope to hang yourself with.
Yes.
But I'd also ask you the question, how confident are you that if you get the ID that you want, that you will win?
Yep.
So Patrick's he's really got to start putting the pressure on.
Yeah, I played P round 1 and I tried to sit back, and next thing I know, he's on 4 points.
And then you got to run everything.
And then I've got to run everything.
Yep. Where are the SMCs? That's my question. I can't imagine he didn't take Creation and Control.
Nice, check the face downs.
That's a good thing to know that it's there. Why would you not trash that? Unless he just goes back in and immediately trashes it.
I think you're right.
I think you've got to. That synth DNA will tear you apart. Maybe not. The nice thing about being here in the FFG Center is I'm maybe 5 seats away from them, and there's literally no way they can hear me.
Yeah. You turned your head towards them and I couldn't hear you.
Yeah. All right, so things are starting to get a little spicy. He didn't get rid of the synth modification. I think that was the wrong choice.
Yeah.
That's a tenor, so Jinteki's on 14. Smoke looks like she's on 12. So the synth DNA modification is now going to fire at least once because it's got ice in front of it. And I'd be willing to bet all the money in my wallet that there are only AP ice in this Jinteki deck.
Yep. My pod's starting to clear up, so I'm heading back.
All right, good luck. Well, there's probably a Mirage. That's probably fair. He's getting the mod triggers. There is the DNA tracker. Can he steal it? Now's the time. He can't punitive you. Now's the time. Take it. Take it. Oh my gosh. Why is he not taking it? Ike going down. Smoke has a pretty significant economic advantage here, which is good as long as some obacadas are stolen sometime in the foreseeable future. Please trash that synth DNA modification. Yeah, no, I don't think that that was the right call at all. He should have just eaten it and then drawn last click on the one turn where he's got a guaranteed no punitive. I mean, I guess what he's hoping for is that he can get... Yeah, he's hoping he can get enough points of the honest agendas, right? No, the obacata was in hand, and then he mawed it. Dagger goes down. I feel like this is a good time for an R&D poke. Excuse me while I backdoor pilot this smoke player. So another synth DNA gets put down. IV goes into the bin. He spends one to get the side game to fire to draw some extra cards. The amount that all these people are broke is just brutal right now. But yeah. We've really got to see a score soon from our smoke player, or things are going to get very weird very fast. Yeah, special thank you to Ben Terrell for helping me get everything set up on OBS this morning.
Hello, stream.
Everything's working really good. And we're not having any of like the weird bug issues that I normally have. So that's really good. So I'm gonna, yeah. But yeah, so we're still getting to the point where now we got the SATCON for I don't know what. Smoke has kind of spoiled her credit advantage that she had in the early game, and now a lot of hit points are gone. So I don't know if we're necessarily in a super strong place. Yeah. OBS also just seems to be a lot more intuitive to me. So that's a Kaminu in front of that, so PE isn't doing shit about that. Alright, you know what? Everywhere I put my face, I ended up blocking something, so let's just do this. Alright, so I'm seeing a piece of ice. I see a couple pieces of ice, it looks like. I feel like somewhere in here, you've got to hope to get it off of R&D, get to 3 points, and then draw up into a huge hand with Mad Dash, and just try to close the game off of Archives. So you just ran back in for the Maw trigger. Yeah. I feel like if I was a piece of ice, I would not have many subroutines. Trying to find a place for my stupid face is very hard. But we're working it out. Alright, so something's just getting windmilled, and we're getting moneyed up, so that Kaminu on R&D is now live, which is not great for the Smoke player. There's still no Netmerker in play, which is super not great. So we have no strikes, we have no scores thus far. Yeah, 0-0, no agenda scored in this clash of the defensive titans. We have a lot of cards having been mawed. Alright, he's going in. He's going to see what's there. We got the boost, the break. He's going to do the side game. Alright, both bid 0, so no cards were drawn. He's going to maw, I assume. Yep. There have been a lot of maw strikes this game. Patrick has gotten a lot of mileage out of maw. No one can say that he has not triggered maw a lot of times this game. fiddling with my wires here. That we have a retracted message. All right. I wonder if Patrick is going to go for like a single turn win off of archives, like just try to maul a ton of shit and then try to basically win on one pull. I'm trying to make sure that it wasn't my computer making that weird whining sound. So, ton of defensive play still. Tapworm's going down, I would imagine. Oh no, Dive. Okay. Makes short work of Kamainu, that's for sure. Still no Netmerker, which is just bananas. These maw triggers are out of control. There are so many cards. Hey Josh, can I get a card count? How many face downs are in archives? How many face downs in archives? 7 face downs in archives. Cipher burbs. God, the birds are so expensive. Why do all of the blue breakers have such terrible numbers on them? Micro USB. I'll pick it up later. The real criminals, whoever's selling bird breakers. All right, we've got to get some strikes here. That smoke deck is getting pretty thin. This is some late stage shaper bullshit. Mercur's finally going down. Yeah, finally a net Mercur for Patrick. Yeah, Khan has her own ID too. It just technically doesn't do anything because it says hand, not grip. Yeah, it's a common mistake to make. You need $9 and you need to be mad dashing in. You need 9 cards and be mad dashing in. So he overwrote in the open server. So we just had an overwrite in a remote and click for money from the corp. Where the hell's the logo on this thing? There we go. There we go. I was talking to Dave Hoyland and Mark, and they were like, they didn't even consult us for a beanie recommendation. They were very hurt that FFG did not consult them for beanie recommendations. Yeah, that's a second breach dome in the bin, so things are getting weird. We have an R&D run. There's another IP, or not IP, I-key on the ground. I really feel like the smoke player, Patrick here, went a little too careful in the early game, and now he's really being punished for not taking the early scores when he could. Divey will make short work. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, he's overwriting. Come on, can we get some strikes? I feel like because of the time when I stream, I must have a disproportionate number of Europeans and English people or UK people in my fan base. Because I can't imagine a ton of Americans are waking up at 6:30 in the morning or earlier to watch me stream. right, we got more Maw triggers going. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, we need some strikes. As a group of wildlings proceed to argue about hats in my comments, I say that because you're north of the U.S. border. All right. All right. Obokata. Oh, wow. Are there no breach domes? Adam, how many breach domes? Any? How many breach domes? Do you have any breach domes? No, no breach domes? Okay, no breach domes. No domes. This is pretty crazy sauce because now Patrick can just draw up and go back in for both Obokatas. Hey, Nick. Nick, are you in Cash Refresh? Are you in Cash Refresh? Do you want to jump in for the next round of commentating?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Can we official FFG ruling on the headwear situation? I don't know. We are in Minnesota, and that's like practically Canada, right? People here are so polite. It's so jarring coming from the East Coast where everyone is pretty gruff on the street. People are so nice. So he's got one click to draw up and Proco, and he's got the money on Netmerker to keep him safe from punitive. I think. Otherwise, he's just dead. And then he just wins it next turn. Hat Runner 2017. Are you about to jump into a new round?
Yeah.
Can you hang on 1 second because this is about to wrap up and I'd love to get you on stream.
She says she doesn't want to.
Rose, you don't want to be on stream? Come on. Okay. Who are you up against? Oh, you have a bye?
What are we working with here? Who's playing?
Patrick, did you win? All right, Patrick wins with the overdraw and went in to get the last uppercut. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna, I need to find a pod that just started so we can grab 2 people. Huh? Yeah, can you go ask?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. This has been a ton of fun, and it's looking really good. So we're gonna get Nick Braun, who's an unofficial Ghost Branch member, in for streaming in a minute here. You love us.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll do it.
All right, perfect. All right, give me just 1 second, and we're gonna be up. We're gonna be on.
I'm gonna go get more coffee and I'll be right back.
So it's Jesse and who? That guy? Yeah, we're gonna have Jesse Marshall on.
I'm gonna run and get more coffee.
Draft is now checking in on air control. We'll have come up front and let us know your beer. Then we'll send you up to the front counter to finish your draft product if you do not have your own. Then we'll bring your receipt back and we'll get your seat for your draft. So once again, the Game of Thrones department drafters check-ins for this draft is open for longer than one. On here at air control, please come check in and we'll send you a copy of your draft product.
All right, everybody, I am back. We have Jesse. Huh? As long as they're visible. Yeah, a lot of people are taking the kind of the black mat that we've gotten and having opponents sign it. I think I'm going to take mine around and have all the content creators sign mine. So we have Joe as Kit, and we have Jesse as CI. I am bothered on a visceral level that there are deep red sleeves on a green deck. What's up, Mike? Michael? Huh? I can't not hear you at all. Yeah. Go ahead and get to the second seat. Thank you. All right. This is my new friend, Michael. He's somebody that we picked up at King of Servers.
Hey, how y'all doing?
So let's take a look and see how they're doing. The opening bids and everything is done, so we're going right into Big Money Town for CI.
Who won the bid? CI, I assume?
Yeah, CI.
Okay. How much did they have to spend to play CI?
Actually, I think he won the bid to be Kit because he started with less than 5.
Interesting. It's definitely a bold move to give CI 5 credits and 5 cards to start with.
Yeah. The Mopus and the Beth is down early though. That's going to help a ton.
Good. Yeah. The Beth especially. I guess it's not terrible. Ultraviolet puts down an ice on HQ, so Central's iced up.
Yeah.
Not a bad position.
Now,
Only one ice though.
Now, of course, we know that Kit cannot be on Inversificator because Mopus is in play. So we're probably going to see some sort of Gordian or maybe Side backed up with Side play.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, and we go right into another Ultraviolet.
Yeah, probably important either to start a remote to put MCA in or just to put second ice on Essential so Gordian doesn't get through for almost free.
Yeah.
Oh, may not have drawn an ice or may just be trying to bait a run here.
Yeah. As I've said multiple times today, the tricky thing about being up against CI is you have to figure out what kind of CI you're against before you really know how you need to play.
Yeah. So we see a run here on R&D. After Gordian, he can get through here.
And he might as well because his ability's wasted.
Yes.
Otherwise. So
Trashes a boom.
Boom. Okay, so now he knows what kind of CI he's on.
And he now knows it's very good that he trashed that boom because otherwise he may have just died.
Right, he may have just died, yeah.
Still might. We don't know where all the influence is.
All right.
We see some shuffling.
So it's worth noting that multi-axe CI doesn't like to pile ice on early or res a lot of ice. So forcing Kit being able to force the second ice onto the centrals is going to slow Jesse down.
Yes, absolutely. Also makes it harder to go for a remote play because you need 2 ice there also.
Right.
And the innermost can't be a code game.
Right.
Yeah.
And right now, CI and just everybody in general is very strongly leaning on code games.
Yes. A popular restricted card for CI is Fairchild 3.
Yeah.
Since they can't be on GFI.
Right. All right, so we're going to see a deuces play here.
Yep.
The real kind of troubling thing when you're up against this kill CI is since they're playing all these events that draw so many cards, it's not like with Wayland where you're like, oh, I got rid of one boom, so they probably won't see another one for a while. They're ripping through the deck so fast that you have to assume that the combo becomes live every time one of the big clearances is played.
Agreed. Because if they're not, even if he doesn't have another boom, he probably found an Archive Memories.
Right.
Yeah.
What is that?
What is that? Oh, that's it's the one that makes it more expensive to install outermost ice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Obviously good with Kit, since you only want 1 ice on
Since you only want 1 ice,
Yeah.
that's pretty good. It's always you always know you're going to a good place when your opponent has to ask to read the card. All right, so
Network exchange, thank you.
yeah, Jesse has a lot of money, so the hard-hitting news thread is very live.
Yes. Hard-hitting news with, he's got money to Biotic twice if he needs it. And still have money for Boom and to Resin Ice. Okay, we see another clearance.
Yep.
I think at this point, it may be, on Kit's side, I might be tempted to just take 10 until it gets to the point where CI is scoring fast enough to force you to run.
Right.
Because Kit can make money very quickly this game.
Hey Thomas, do you have a silver Sharpie? Because I'm going to want Jesse to sign my playmat. I'm going to have all content creators sign mine.
It's in my bag.
Okay, so that is a Fairchild's.
It looks like 2.
I think that's 2. Yeah, Bradley, it certainly looks like it. I haven't seen any cards that deviate from it yet. Hey, finds the hard hitting.
Hey!
All 3 network exchanges out. That's painful.
All right, so I feel like the hard hitting might come out just as a credit drain.
Yes.
I can't.
Actually, are there 7 credits or only? Or are there 8 or 7 credits here? It looks like it might only be 7. If you get a hard hitting and okay, just that's the score of the
He just takes it. Yeah.
I think that's the other play. You have to start scoring out if you want to force Kit into runs instead of just taking 10.
Right, because otherwise, yeah, you're just going to take 10 every turn until your money's trivial.
Yep. Though I do think the value hard hitting wouldn't have been a bad play there.
No. So 3 goes.
Ooh, finds a Vitruvius, so score 2-2. That is the thing, you can just lose on central axes if you only have 1 ice. That's a Maxwell James, it looks like.
Also a strong card.
Yeah.
Also a strong card to basically give you a pseudo version of Kit's ability on a remote and force a second ice onto a remote.
Yeah. And right now, it's very cheap for him to get into HQ. So.
Very, very cheap. Because what Fairchild is 3.
Well, I guess it's 4 credits.
It's 4 credits, but that's not a lot when you're on Mopus economy. So we see a new remote being made.
The trick is Inversificator with Kit.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, MCA comes down.
Yeah, the problem,
That's
Michael, is if you don't have if you have Inversificator, you don't have money without eating up a lot of slots, right?
You don't have Magnum Opus, you don't have Aesops.
Right.
And if you're in Cash Refresh, you don't even have fan sites and artist colonies.
Right.
Or ShadowNet.
Yeah. I feel like you've got to go get that.
Yeah.
That's going to kill you.
The only question is, do you have a turn of taking 8 and then you go get it, or do you go get it now?
I feel like you can go take 8. The second counter is not the end of the world, especially with Beth already out.
Yeah. But he takes money and goes to get it this turn.
Nice. Look at all these code gates as inner pieces of ice on things.
They are pretty nasty code gates for what it's worth. So spends to get through Fairchild 3, and it looks like has just enough to trash. Okay, has enough to trash a few credits left over.
1 credit left over.
1 credit left over. It seems like hard hitting has to come out now, right?
I would assume so.
We're this far through the deck, you have to assume if he doesn't already have both in hand, he's about to draw the other.
Guys, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
What are we looking at here?
We're looking at Kill CI versus Kit.
Yeah, Boom CI.
Boom CI.
I think we are looking at a turn.
There's the load testing.
Restore.
Oh no, restore.
No, that's
Getting back MCA. So it's a pseudo load testing.
Yep. And then there it is.
And then hard hitting. This should just be a value hard hitting unless he spends down below. Oh no, he's already down below 15. So. One quick drains can clear 3 tags if he has money, which he doesn't. So Boom is live.
Yeah. I feel like he's just fucked.
Yeah.
Language.
I don't. He doesn't have money to get down Maw and run HQ this turn, which
That's a shot in the dark too.
I think it's your only shot. You have to get accesses on centrals, and your only hope is to hit the archive memories and the boom, or to get 7 points.
Yeah. It's Bastion, Julian.
Yeah, Bastion.
Does he have what's the middle resource that Kit's got going on?
Network exchange. It makes it
Oh,
more
nice.
expensive
Yeah.
to,
I love network exchange. I think that card's really good.
It's definitely better in Kit.
Yeah. Did you guys
Citadel
watch the,
Sanctuary is legal, but I don't think this list in the tournament had a Citadel Sanctuary, so I don't know if he's on it here. Goes for a Maker's Eye. Glory run on R&D to win. Or lose.
He could do it. Oh, shit.
Oh, 5 points.
He could just go into HQ and try to get it.
I think that was his last click. I think he needed to click for credits.
Yeah, you had to click for. He was down to 1 cred, right?
Yeah, he only had 3 clicks as well.
Right.
So he clicked for 4 creds and then Maker's Eye.
I think
he's got to have either the boom or the archive tier, right?
Maybe
at least probability-wise.
Maybe not.
I don't know.
It
if he
looks
has
like
'cause
no.
He's not going for it.
Yeah, it looks like no.
No.
That is a load testing?
That's a load testing.
So click MCA, load testing.
And IPO.
So he's just saying you do not have turns. You know?
Yeah, he's got 2 clicks here. He can't click through Fairchild, but he can trash things, take a brain damage, and see a card.
Yeah.
CI staying under 15, just under 15, crucially.
Laurie, it doesn't look like he has it right now. He's going to check archives, keep him honest.
Okay.
It's a fair thing to do.
With no money, I think you have to run HQ here. Takes 2 instead, hoping that he doesn't die this coming turn.
Well, he knows the top 2 cards are R&D.
Oh, true. He does. Yeah.
So he's going to have maybe 1 more turn here.
Yeah. This is tough sauce. This is close. This is very close, though.
Yeah.
Because Jesse also knows that if he digs for the combo, you know, our Kit player is definitely on. Wait, no, is he definitely on Creation and Control?
You have to be because Kit.
All right, because Kit. So,
It's the clown card.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Hey, what's up? He can just, if he draws to try to find kill combo, he opens up himself back up to Maker's Eye.
He does. Yeah. Which that seems to be what Kit's setting up for here by taking 2.
Do we have eyes on hand and know how many he has in hand?
No.
Not
there's
more
too
than
many.
14.
Yeah, not more than 14.
He discarded the turn before he played an IPO, so
No, I meant
guess
how many points he has in hand.
Oh, definitely no idea.
We have no idea.
So, clicked MCA. He can score an elective upgrades next turn if he has one in hand. If he thinks that's the best play.
Yeah.
Opening himself up to Maker's Eye.
He's going to risk it.
And giving his opponent an extra click.
Yep, no load testing play. So he's got his normal complement of clicks.
Yeah. It's a 4-click turn.
That R&D also looks mighty thin.
It does.
I feel
CI
like
player knows exactly how many points are in R&D, so maybe they are not worried about it, but maybe they are.
I wonder what, if any, HQ pressure, like HQ multi-axis this kit deck has. You said it might be a list from another tournament.
Yeah, let me, I don't remember what console this kit list was on.
Lori, what's the debate?
Oh no, they were discussing what these hats are, whether they're toques or beanies.
Oh, gotcha.
Whatever they are, they're fly.
Oh!
He got the boom.
Oh!
Oh my gosh.
That changes this game significantly.
It could kill him, because if he has the archived in hand, he's now dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two. I don't know if I would have trashed the boom there, you know, because now he's set it up to be tutorable.
Well, I mean, you got to get it out of hand.
That was an R&D run.
That was an R&D run? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he got that out of hand. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was the disconnect there. I thought it was in HQ, which is why I was like, yeah, why not trash it? Yeah, no, if I think it's. Then again, he could just mandatory draw it if it's off R&D.
That's true, but you know, you still know it's 2 turns away. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're going to see a score here.
Yep, elective upgrades. Threatening to win off of both scoring and kill next turn.
Yeah. This is tight. This is a tight game.
Yeah, but they're both on game point, so.
Last call for Game of Thrones draft. If you'd like to play the Game of Thrones draft, please come to Flood Control.
So does he have enough money to run R&D and HQ both this turn? I think I see 3 credits there. That's enough to run R&D. And then you can just trash things to run HQ.
Yeah. Just take the brain damage and run 4 times.
Trick is you have to pay, well, I guess you can. Yeah, you trash everything and you don't pay. Okay, so removing tags, but still has 2 left. And we see the Infinity score. Yeah. That's
Well
game.
played by both of our opponents.
Absolutely.
Very close. All right, we're going to be up with the final round when I can yank somebody for a pot in a minute here.
Sounds good.
All right, everybody. It looks like that was the final round, so we will catch you for Icebreaker. Everybody, thank you very much for watching. And until I see you all again, always be running.